Welcome to Reimbursement Readiness, Tips for Wound Practice, presented by Kathleen and friends. I am honored that you have decided to join us in striving for reimbursement perfection. Now, many wound and ulcer management stakeholders mistakenly believe that coding and payment are the most important components of reimbursement. Those components are important, and we will cover coding and payment in many episodes. However, the most important component of reimbursement is coverage. If a service, procedure, or product is not covered by the patient's payer, wound and ulcer management professionals will not be reimbursed by the payer. Therefore, all wound and ulcer management stakeholders should research their Medicare administrative contractors' local coverage determinations, better known as LCDs, and local coding and billing articles, better known as LCAs, that are pertinent to their practice. In the first episode, we will review the important information contained in the Medicare LCDs and LCAs. Prior to listening to the first episode, please gather copies of the LCDs and LCAs that pertain to the services, procedures, and products that you perform, that you use, and that you order in your wound and ulcer management business. If you do not have copies and you do not know where to find them, please download the document entitled Roadmap to Medicare Coverage. It contains links to your Medicare administrative contractor's coverage documents. After the document is downloaded, you should do 4 things. First, find the MAC who writes the coverage policies for your state. Second, click on the link that will take you to the index of all your MAC's LCDs and LCAs. Now, do not be overwhelmed by the number of LCDs and LCAs listed in the index. You only need to select the ones that are pertinent to your services, procedures, and products. Third, take the time to print and read those LCDs and LCAs, because you will often need to refer to the LCDs and LCAs. Keep them in an easily accessible place. And finally, be sure to have your LCDs and LCAs handy when you listen to episode number 1 of Reimbursement Readiness, Tips for Wound Practice. In that first episode, I will show you why LCDs and LCAs should be your reimbursement playbook. Now, thank you for listening to the introduction of Reimbursement Readiness, Business Tips for Wound Practice, that will be presented by Kathleen and friends. Have fun reviewing the coverage documents that are pertinent to your business. Then, watch for the release of episode number 1. Collect the LCDs and LCAs that you printed and sit down and listen while I review the component parts of the coverage documents that you should have in your possession. I look forward to talking to you soon.